soaking wet. And so we made our way over there in rush hour traffic in Boston in the rain, which if you've ever experienced that, you know what a joy that was. And so we get there and we pull over, and what was interesting was both of us were sitting in our cars, parked one behind the other. And I sent a message to Amelia that said, like, I'm here. I'm like, but I love this song, so I'm not getting out of the car yet. And she sent a message back to me saying,
I'm also here, and I love the song I'm listening to also.
Yeah, so it was interesting. We weren't listening to the same song.
We were not.
So we had to wait for our song. Well, she waited for her song to be over, came over, and tried to creep me out standing next to the window in my car, like staring in. But it was a little creepy, actually. She was looking at me like they would tell a horror character to look through the window at some unsuspecting victim. But she didn't wait for my song to be over. She made me get out of the car and keep walking.
I sure did.
So we walked up the hill. And we found I had sat in front of this park for about 15 minutes, and I hadn't even noticed that there was this giant tower on the top of the hill. I'm very observant. So we get out, and we start walking up, and the rain is coming down, and we kind of wind around through the park, and we get up in front of this giant stone. The best I can describe it is a windmill without the actual, windmill part of it. It's just the building part, and instead of being wood, it's made out of stone.
Yeah,
so
that's an accurate description.
Yeah.
And it's hollow on the inside for the most part. There's not really anything in there. Surrounded by a very lovely park.
It was a nice park. It had some nice benches. The ground right around the structure itself wasn't cement. It was more sand or really fine gravel, which was annoying because it was really wet, and so you kind of slopped through it. So we climb up, and we're standing in front of the big structure, and we're walking around it, and we've gone around it a couple of times, and Amelia's taking some pictures, and she's trying to find a placard, and there was one right on the front door that talked about it a little bit.
So after that, we did, I had my EMF reader out, trying to see if we would get any hits on there, and then we began our EVP recording, which was pretty interesting. Do we want to kind of talk about, before we start listening to the EVPs, kind of a little bit about our experience doing it, or do you just want to get right into it? I would like to talk about it.
Okay, good.
So I went into this, and I even said to Beth on my way up, I said, okay, this is a local legend we're doing. It's here in Somerville. This isn't like someone's house we're going into. We don't have a firsthand account of this, which I think is kind of a little unusual for what we do. And, I just said straight up, I said, honestly, I don't really think this place is haunted. I think it's a good legend. I think everyone likes a good hometown story, and that's why I really wanted to do it. But going up there, I was like, there's ghosts. We're going to hear it. So what happened while we were there doing the EVP, which really shocked me, and you're all about to hear some of it too. And we haven't listened to this yet. We don't know if we picked up any voices or anything like that. But as we were talking, we started hearing one clap or two claps. And so it was one clap for no, two claps for yes. And we really started getting it, which it almost sent chills down my spine. I mean, I thought that was very interesting that it was having that way. At no point did we hear 3 clicks or 4 clicks. It was just 1 or 2. And I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
It was interesting. And as we had been walking up the hill, and you were saying that there was, obviously rain, I was looking at the houses around, if it wasn't raining, I bet we could have grabbed a couple of the people around here and been like, yes. Have you seen anything going on up here? Have you ever seen the blue lights? Have you ever heard the cursing?
Right.
I didn't know then what we would be asking them for. I just know now. So I'm just kind of backfilling what I would have said. But
I mean, that's fine.
We could have interviewed people.
We could have, but at the time we were drowned rats out there. So we can go. We wouldn't want to show up at anyone's door like that.
No, definitely not. It would have to be a nice day.
It would have to be a nice summer day. Maybe we can go back later and interview some people depending on what we get on these EVPs.
Yeah.
All right. So if we are ready to go.
I think we are. As we walked up to the building, there were 2 views that you could get into the building. One was through what appeared to be almost a screen door, but it had bars over the door, but it was a full-size door. It had both a new, Medco lock, on the outside, as well as the inside had another door that was more like the screen door, and it had a padlock on it. And on the opposite wall, you could look straight through the door and you could see out the window on the other side. So we started, we walked around a couple of times. We took some pictures. We kind of like looked inside. We got a feel for the place. And then we pulled out the recorder. And so I think what I actually recorded was 12 minutes. I thought it was 7 minutes, but apparently when I put it in my pocket to walk away, it kept recording. So we'll see if we can hear anything other than of in my pocket as we walk away. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
And we're going to edit this down a little bit for everyone. So you're not going to...
Yeah, if
we're not
there's
going to
just a lot
make you
of
sit
just
through the
long
whole thing.
boringness. All right, here it goes.
Looks like someone left a map in there or something.
Oh, stop.
Well, that's why I
stop.
was
We're not at
asking,
the
is it
beginning.
ever
We're not at the
open?
beginning.
Yeah.
Hello? Is there anyone in here who wants to communicate with us?
We're trying to communicate with the father who came here to catch his daughter having an affair.
Are you making the clicking noise?
Two clicks if that's you. Two clicks if it's someone else.
We have an electronic recorder here.
Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah.
That was two clicks.
That was
we were
two
talking.
clicks. We have an electronic recorder. We might not hear you now, but we may hear you later.
Were you a soldier here?
Is there anything you would like to tell us?
That was my phone that thing. Maybe I put my phone on silent.
What does your phone say?
No.
Not in the puddle, not in the puddle. What is your phone saying right now?
Someone is texting me.
Well, no, but what does the message say?
All right, hold on. Let me.
It's
on.
Is it appropriate for the recording?
It's telling me to have a conversation with the ghost here. It's one of my friends telling me to have a conversation with the ghost.
What's the chances of the timing of that?
Were you on the British side?
Please ask the British side of what? The ocean?
Well, no, because this was a mainstay. Part of the reason it was a powder house was during the American Revolution. So the British came, they kind of took this place over. The Americans had a lot here. This tower has a tremendous amount of American history involved with it.
Really? Because it's quite small and penis looking.
Yep. Yeah.
It is. Wait till you see the pictures. It's like a tall cylinder, and there's a pole in the middle with a random map. Oh, there's another piece of paper over there on the right, too. Come over here, you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those are laminated, so they don't look like they've been...
Like they're new. Yeah, they don't look old. They're definitely
All right,
new.
well, hold on. Let's continue this EMF. EVP, sorry. Two clicks. Two clicks for yes.
2 clicks for yes.
Are you the one making the blue lights appear for people?
Have you seen the blue lights?
That was 2 clicks. Is it another spirit making the blue lights appear?
No clicks.
No clicks.
No clicks.
We catch something later. That was a click, but that click. Now, it's interesting because I just looked straight up into it, and I'm seeing an A at the very top up there. Do you see that?
An A?
If you look at the top of the wall near the ceiling, the light's shining right on it.
Oh, I do see that.
Hold on, I'll try to capture that on my phone, on my camera.
It's like a big carved A right up in the top. I wonder if we went over to the other window and looked in, if there'd be something on this side. Just so if you were inside maybe at night,
Yeah.
it would be a...
Let me zoom in on that. There's so much rain.
We decided to come out here on a night it was raining. Oh, that's why I'm holding it like under the thing.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you got it. There it is.
Alright, let's try.
She got a picture of the A. We're gonna go check out the other window. So we're walking around the building. It's really quite small. It's probably only 15, possibly 20 feet across from side to side. And there's a door in one side and a window in the other that looks up. Can you hear us from this side too?
I mean, what's very interesting to me also is just how much history really did happen in this building and in this area. I mean, this is one of the first parts of America, which is, I think even though Beth and I are from Massachusetts, I can't speak for her, but I know at least for me, I feel I take that kind of for granted sometimes.
I do too. I've never been on a duck boat.
I haven't either.
Okay.
I don't.
But I've done the Freedom Trail lots of times.
I've never done the Freedom Trail.
Oh, we should do that this summer
I mean,
too.
we should do that.
Okay. Maybe on a day it's not raining though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go.
We'll go on a day it's not raining. So can you see anything at the top on this side that looks like letters?
I
Or?
can't, but I think it's interesting. You can see. You can definitely see some chains in there. I'm assuming that's from when it was a mill and a storage unit. Again, they used to store gunpowder in here. Obviously, we see electrical outlet in there. So, people have gone in and changed it around a little bit.
Yeah, there's a very tall post in the middle that looks like it probably is electrical.
It is electrical.
And it might have something to do with the lights on top.
There's one light on. I can't see if there's light from the other side. If there is one, it's off. That's for sure. Yeah, this is interesting. It's an interesting spot.
Yeah. Did you catch your daughter having the affair? Oh, I only got one click there.
Well, before I got one click when we actually close to the recorder. I got one click when I asked if it was the person haunting us was the person who was trying to catch his daughter.
Oh. Well, so maybe no?
So I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
I would actually be very interested if we came back here with a medium and tried to communicate. Because obviously whatever is haunting this place is trying to communicate.
Yes.
I don't know what we're going to get on our EVPs, but even just through clicks alone, I mean, that's... When we talk about ghosts and hauntings, there's a certain amount of energy that needs to, be culminating.
Culminating?
Yeah, word I can't say.
Culminating.
To create this stuff, So I think that would be interesting.
Yeah. All right, so the spirit that is here, we wish to leave you here. We may come back and visit. Any last words before we go get out of the rain?
Just anything else you would like to say? All right, that's it for now.
Have a nice night. Did you fall? Are you all right?
Be very careful on those.
That's when it picked up again.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I can't believe I caught myself. That was amazing. I slid all the way off.
Really?
My feet went out from under me. I slid, and then I caught myself.